Okay, so here we are at the Autoresponder service, and I'm currently showing you Automate Your List. This is the same exact company basically as Aweber. It's Aweber private label rights. I kind of stopped using Aweber because they got super expensive, to be perfectly honest. This company is $20 a month, and every 10,000 leads after that is $10, as opposed to where I think it was every 5,000 Aweber was bumped up. I don't know. I was paying around almost $300 a month for Aweber. Pretty much the same exact thing, except there's less, advanced tracking and segmenting and whatnot. So basically, the only real difference, I guess, when it comes down to it, is with this one, instead of being able to see who opened your mail and then segment and then send a mail just to the people who haven't opened yet, you can't do that with this one. But the numbers we're talking, it doesn't really matter in the end. So real quick, what an autoresponder does, basically they give you a web form, which is this right here. So they give you the code that produces this name and email and download, and it syncs the whole thing. So when the person puts download or submit, or they join your list, they take the database, they take that information and store it on their server. And another thing that a lot of people don't understand that an autoresponder does is this company and all the other companies, good ones out there anyways, pay for a whitelisting. So basically what that means is it's almost like being on the person's contact lists. So if you're sending somebody mail and you were on their contact list, your mail would go right to the inbox, as opposed to hitting the spam folder or something like that. And that's really what these companies do, is they pay a bunch of money to be whitelisted. So all the email that you send through them, with your list, it's still your list and all the information is still yours. But when you broadcast one email out to your entire list, they make sure that it hits the inbox. So I'm just going to go ahead and log in here real quick, and I'll actually set up a list for you just in case you're new to the autoresponder thing. And grab that web form so we can go ahead and put that back in on our website there. So here's what the inside of them look like. It's pretty basic, shows you all the stats and everything here at a quick glance. What we're going to do is go ahead and create a new list. So we'll come on up here to create and manage a list, and I'm just going to create a new list over here. So here's the first step in creating a new list. And basically you're just going to create a different list name by default. It gives you this one with a bunch of string and numbers, but I would go ahead and change this and try to focus it around the product. It's only going to be for your purposes. If the person goes to unsubscribe, they might see this list name, so you don't want it something bizarre or something like that, but focused around the product that you're doing, because you're basically going to do one list per website. So in this case, we're just going to go ahead and call it niche marketing, and that's of course not available. These are unique throughout the entire system, so throughout an Aweber and Automate Your List, you have to find something that's unique here. Oops. And niche market is available, so we'll just go ahead and put niche marketing, and this will show up on if they go to change their subscription or unsubscribe from you, this will show up here. So we're just going to go ahead and just put Frank and Pro, Easy IM Pro, that's good to go. And we're just going to call this niche marketing. Now if you have a business name, you might want to put that here. And a website URL. So if the person's like lost and they don't know why they're on your list, and they go to unsubscribe or change their options, they have an opportunity to go to your website and see where they initially saw you or who you are. So you want to go ahead and put a website URL in here. Now notifications. Every single time somebody signs up to the list, they're going to go ahead and send you a notification. So if you have like a catch-all account, this is a good spot for this. If you have like a personal customer email account, you're probably not going to want to put it here, because every single lead that you bring in that subscribes to your list, is Aweber or Automate Your List is going to send you this notification email. So you might want to go ahead and just put I have a catch-all account. I'm just going to use And if you don't have a catch-all account, I definitely recommend getting one, because it's a nice way to, I mean, you obviously have to check all your email accounts for all your websites and everything, but it's a nice way to just skim throughout the day and see what's going on. So a note here is you have to click this add button. If you don't, it won't show up. So we're just going to go ahead and click go to step 2. Now this is personally up to you, and this confirmed opt-in is the difference between a single opt and a double opt. Now what that means is if somebody comes to your website, puts their name and email in, and clicks, download or submit or subscribe or whatever you've got here for the button, with a single opt, meaning this would be off, they are instantly put in to your list. They're there for good until they unsubscribe or change their options. Now with a double opt-in, which means that this would be on, means that they come here, they put in their name and email, they click download, and then they have to go back to their email inbox, and click on this confirm email. So basically, Automate Your List or Aweber, whoever you're using is going to send them this email right here that says confirm your subscription before you go. We've received a request for information, blah, 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 and you can change this all that you want. And they have to actually click on this link before they will go into your list. So before you can ever send them mail, they have to confirm this. And it's really up to you. That's going to cut down on spam, but you're also going to lose anywhere from 30 to 60% of your opt-ins, to be just blatantly honest to you. I'm personally going to go ahead and use single opt. That's how I do it. That's how all of my peers do it in this marketplace. And don't be ashamed to use it yourself. If you want to go double opt, that's your choice. Like I said, this was a personal choice. So you can come down to the bottom and click Save List Settings. And that's that. So you can just hop back here and see what you've done. This is all pretty straightforward. We'll go back to the home screen real quick. Alright, so you can see right now that we are on the current list. And this is just kind of like an overview of all your lists. You want to go ahead and select whatever list you're working on right now. We're going to go ahead and use niche market, because that's obviously the product we're working with, the list we're working with, and the list we just created. Now to get that web form, which again is this right here, all you're going to have to do is come over here to this web forms button. So we'll click on this. Now you can see here we just created this list, so there are no web forms in here. We're going to go ahead and click on create web form. Now Aweber and Automate Your List give you all these fancy dancy different web form boxes, and that's cool in their own right. You can alter them however you want. You can remove the footer or the header or the privacy or whatever you want to do. I personally use plain Jane boxes. I don't even use Aweber and Automate Your List. CSS styling is what this is called. I personally don't use these, but if you're just getting started and you're really just copy and pasting the form onto websites, this is going to be a good option for you at first. So since I'm going to show you how to manually change this code, since I've already built this web form for you, basically there's only a couple different things that you're going to need to change, which are the web form ID. I've put in X's all here, and the list name, and where you want this redirected, and there's a tracking pixel down there. And this, by the way, is how I pretty much change all of my web forms. Like I said, I don't personally use those CSS stylings, so you can just go ahead and go to step 2. And this is really the only important part, other than copy and pasting that code onto your website. So right here we have the form name, and this is for your purposes only. You're just going to see this under this web form tab. Now I'm going to go ahead and call it niche index. An important thing to note is do not use underscores here. So if I did that, the web form would be broken. But if I leave it like this, it'll work, and it'll actually put an underscore underneath it in the code, which I'll show you in a minute, but you need to leave it like that. So the thank you page, what does this mean? So when the person comes here, opts in, what is the next page you want them to see. So this could be, right now it's set to a basic version, which is Aweber gives it its own things, and I personally don't ever use these. I don't understand why anyone would. Obviously somebody just opted in for information, so give it to them right away. Why not? So you can use that if you don't have a thank you page, but honestly I believe that you're gonna want one. So right here you would go ahead and put in your own custom page. Now they also have the option of stay on current page. Again, I don't know why you would want to do this. Obviously they're opting in for information, so that current page isn't going to have it, because the whole point of the capture page is to present them with the ethical bribe, the freebie giveaway product, to get their information to send them on further down the funnel. So we're going to use custom page. So you can just go ahead and click custom page, and in here we're going to go ahead and put our domain. So whatever domain you were using, I'm going to go ahead and put easyimpro.com / and this page right now is called download.html, this page here. So this is my thank you page. So I want them to come into this page, say, hey, yeah, this looks pretty cool. I'm going to put my name and email information in, and then I'm going to send them right to the download page. Now there's a couple different ways you could do this. Another, like an ad swap funnel, would be, they come here and then they go to a one-time offer, and then perhaps they come to this download page. But this is going to get the job done for us right now, so I'm going to go ahead and just use this page. This is called download HTML. So when I upload this to the server, it's going to be www.easyimpro.com / download.html. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in here. And of course, you might be saying, that's super basic. Why would I want to use download.html? Anyone could go to that. You can obviously go ahead and change this, and I would change mine too. Personally, I would use, thank you _ something, just so people couldn't easily get to the next page. But for instruction purposes, this is going to work. Now I'm just going to go ahead and copy and paste. I've highlighted this all. I'm going to hold Control, click C, that copies it. Now the already subscribed page, and this is a huge mistake that some new marketers make, is they leave this blank, or they don't put something in here. This is bad because an already subscribed page means, just like what it says, the person is already subscribed to your list. So perhaps they've come to this page for a second time. Say they opted in once and lost the download page. So basically they want to come back to this page because it's the root level domain. easyimpro.com will get you here. So they come back to this page and they put in their name and they put in their email, and they're trying to get to the download page again, so they click download. Aweber will pop up a page like this that says, our records indicate that you're already on this list. Please click back, or whatever, and it won't send them to the download page. Now that's obviously not what we want. So we're going to go ahead and put this same exact thank you page. Or perhaps you've got another page made where you want to say, hey, I see that you're already on my list. I see that you got to the download page. Maybe you want to give them a link for the download page and say, by the way, here's some other cool stuff. That's one way to do it, but majority of the time you're just going to go ahead and put this thank you page in there again. So if they're already on your list, they're just going to go back to the download page, because that's the most common problem for people, is they lose the download page and they have to go back to the capture page to find it. If you leave this blank, they're not going to be able to get back there, and they're going to be frustrated with you, and that's going to show up the next time you send them an email. So from here you can click save web form or click go to step 3. If we click go to step 3, you're just going to have to save the web form anyways, but we're going to go ahead and save that now. And we're going to go to I will install my web form. And there's a JavaScript and a raw HTML version. I personally don't use the JavaScript version ever, because some browsers see JavaScript as a malicious, or it's almost like a pop-up or something. It's like Internet Explorer will ask you if they want to view the information. Obviously that's, we're not doing anything bad, and we don't want them to have, that's just another step that they have to go through. So we use the raw HTML version. And what you're seeing right here is the CSS of it. Really the raw web form that we're going to use, like I showed you before, the web form ID, the list name, the redirect, the name of the web form, and the tracking pixel down there. An easy way to get to all this and cut through all this crap that doesn't matter, because it doesn't at all, is unclick this button. But I'll tell you right now that Aweber and Automate Your List both have this problem. You can click this button and nothing changes in here. So what you have to do is go back up to web forms. So we'll click on web forms here, and then you can see this is the web form that we just created, and it's cool because it shows you how many times people have seen it, how many submits you've got, how many submits to displays, how many unique displays, because people can view it multiple times. This is a raw number, so a unique number, and then a submit to unique number, which is a cool way to check out the statistics for your page too. But we're going to go back and grab that HTML information, so we want to click on Publish. And this is going to bring us right back to the page, and we're just going to go right back to the raw HTML version, and you'll see this time when you click the box that it actually changes. So what we want is just to steal the information out of here. And I know that you're going to be like, oh man, why are you showing me all this? This is just too much right now. But the more you get used to using HTML, the easier it's going to be, and I'm telling you that this is super simple. We are literally just copy and pasting a few things out of here. So I want to show you right now how to do that. And this is the meta web form ID value equals. Now you're always going to steal the information from inside the quotations. Do not take the quotations with them. We don't need all this. All we want is this particular number inside the quotations. So meta web form ID, and then we just want the number inside the quotations. So we can right mouse click copy. We're going to go back to our code. An easy way to get to the code is here. Now right here is our meta web form ID. It's the same exact thing. You can look, it's right here, meta web form ID, meta web form ID. I've put X's in here, so everything that has an X in this, here's the display pixel down here, everything that has an X in this, you're just going to have to change. So we can go ahead and click paste over here. I guess I can do it this way, just paste. There's our meta web form ID. We've got it inside our quotation still. So the next one we need is right here. And this one's a little bit different than the web form that I've been using. This is basically just an older code, but I'm going to go ahead and show you real quick what you need over here, and you're going to be able to see it every single time. It says list name. So basically you're grabbing the web form ID, the individual web form, and then the list name, that list that we just created. You have to point this web form at that list. So that was niche market. So we'll go ahead and copy that. We're going to bring that over here inside the quotations, and we'll paste that in there so that we have the unit niche market. Now this next one is redirect. So just like that sounds, this is the thank you page. So you can see that right here, redirect. And we're going to go inside the quotations. And I'm personally going to take this whole thing because there's kind of like a string of numbers here, and that we want too. So I'm going to go from this quotation all the way over here to this quotation all the way over here. So we're going to be getting a little bit of information here. It says ID redirect, and then this string of numbers. So again, we're going to the redirect line, and we're grabbing inside this quotation and all the way to the end on this quotation. So we'll copy that. Now you can see here, this is the inside this quotation, and we're going to go all the way to the end of this quotation. Just take your time here. Go very slow. Just make sure everything you've done is right. We're going to check this. We're going to make sure that all this works. This is not hard. Don't make it out to be more than it is. So we've gone the redirect line. We're going from the inside of this quotation to the end of the quotation. I'm going to go ahead and click paste. That's all there is to it. Now the next one we're going to go down, meta redirect on list. Remember we set up where we want it to go if the people are already on the list. So let's go ahead and do that now. Go ahead and scroll back here to make it easy. You can see meta redirect on list. There's the line we're going down. So we'll go from the inside quotation to inside the quotation. Go ahead and click copy. Go back on over, inside the quotation to inside the quotation. Paste. Meta ad tracking. So this is what we called the web form on that setup page. So we'll just go back and grab that from that meta ad tracking line. Inside the quotation to inside the quotation. Now I wanted to let you know that you don't have to do it this way. Literally you could have grabbed one of those style sheets or even this one right here. You know, you could just use this whole thing, copy and paste it from here to here, and it'll give you a web form. But see how I've custom made this web form, and I kind of could put a cool little launcher script in it, so that'll show the date and everything for you. So I'm just showing you how to manually change a web form. And I'm telling you, the more that you get in here and the more you do this, I mean, don't be afraid of this, and don't be afraid of making mistakes, because we're going to test this, so we'll see if there was a mistake or not. So I'm just going to go ahead and paste that. Remember, we grabbed the meta ad tracking from the meta ad tracking line, inside the quotation to inside the quotation, inside quotation to inside quotation, paste. Now the last one is the display pixel, and that's where you're going to get all those stats from. You know, the raw clicks and the unique clicks and how many people opted in. So that's down here, and it says image source, and it'll actually say displays. I probably shouldn't have put X's in here. It might have been easier to do it the other way, but I wanted to really emphasize where you're going to be changing. So we're just going to scroll down. You can see here Divi style display, and there is no other one around here that looks like that. Image source is the only one down here, so you might be saying, man, where the hell is this thing? And you're looking down. It's the only one in here, image source. So we'll just go ahead and take this from inside the quotation to inside the quotation, and this is our display pixel. So you can see here it'll be forms or Aweber or whatever you're using, displays, and then a long string, and that's the unique display pixel. So we'll go ahead and click copy. We're just going to go inside quotation, and paste. And that's it. So we'll go back up and check. Obviously, we want to make sure that everything is good here. Right here, I can see a problem already. This web form was an Aweber web form. So the form method post action, and it's an Aweber. We want this to be automate your list. So you might have this, depending on what autoresponder you're using. If you decided to go with automate your list, you're going to have to change this. Or if you got Aweber, you're not going to have to worry about it. So we're going to go back up here, and you can see it's right at the top. And this is the only other one that you're going to have to change. There are no other values different from Aweber and automate your list. So we'll just go ahead from this action, inside quotation to inside quotation, copy this, and we'll go ahead and paste it in here. So we've made sure that this is automate your list or Aweber or whatever you're using. Go down here and see that the meta web form ID, I usually just take the first two numbers. I look at them when I'm doing all this display pixel and stuff. So it's 1710. See that this is 1710. See that we go into EasyIM Pro, download that's the right URL. You can actually go ahead and just Control C and copy that and paste it into the URL. I haven't uploaded that to the site yet, so it's not going to work, but that's how I would do it. Again, we can check this string 7A FD, so that is 7A FD. That's good. The meta redirect on list, I know that I want this to go to the thank you page, which is the same as this. So that looks good. Scroll down and check out the tracking pixel. JO equal. We'll scroll down and check that out. JO equal. That was all good from inside quotation to inside quotation. So we have updated our web form with the new list, the new web form ID, the thank you page, the already on list thank you page, and the tracking pixel. So I can just refresh that now. I'll go ahead and save this and I'll test it in my browser. So we'll preview in Firefox here. Boom, here's our page. I'm going to go ahead and test this. Tester whatever at gmail.com. Going to go ahead and click download now. Now this isn't going to go to the download page because, oh, actually it did go. I already have this on my server, apparently. So here, so that went ahead and worked. Now how you're going to test that is you're going to go back over to Automate Your List or Aweber and check it out. So we can click on the web forms, and you see here that we have one submission. Basically, the displays are going to take a few minutes. So every single time I load this page, so I could load this a bunch of times, and you would see that those over here, but it takes a few minutes. Automate Your List and Aweber is not real-time tracking, so you're not going to see that right away. But if you wait 2 or 3 minutes, you will see that the displays will show up here. And we can go back to the home page, check out niche market. Boom, there it is. And we can see today that I've had one subscribe, which was my test subscribe to niche market. So we know that the web form is working, which is very cool. So I'm going to go ahead and from here I would set up a follow-up message. And your follow-up message is basically just going to resend them to the thank you page, resend them to the download page. So we can go ahead and click on follow-up. You see here I don't have any follow-up messages. I'm just going to go ahead and show you on another list what a follow-up looks like. So basically, like here's a web a different one. So basically I would just explain who I am and my mission statement for them, what's going on, and who what they can expect from me. And then you can see throughout it that I've put your download page for that particular product and all that other stuff. So just be yourself. People want to know who you are. They want to know where you started. They want to know what you're going to do for them that nobody else is. And this is an awesome message for you to put that in. So go ahead and think about that and set that up at your own leisure. Now this isn't an autoresponder setup, so I'm not going to go in depth on how to do all that stuff, but I just wanted to show you how to create that list and first set up the web form so we can go ahead and get this website up and running. So the next thing we want to do, I guess, put a picture in here. So let's go ahead and do that now.